For the first time in your life, you see a door into the wizard's tower.
Okay, and it seems that no one else sees this.
No one else sees
I've never
this.
seen it before.
Give me a perception check, by the way.
22.
22. You also get the distinct feeling that no one else sees you.
Right, I'm in the circle now?
Yeah, you're in this. You're
within this circle?
The courtyardish area.
Okay. I go, no one can see us?
Gareth whispers back, "No, they can't." That's good. Well
Have you ever
spotted.
been here before?
Twice. Here, come on. And he goes over.
Oh, wait.
He goes to the door. He pauses.
Alright, yeah, I'll just go ahead. Never mind.
Alright. And he opens the door, and you step in.
1 second. No, I take a minute to, bask in the idea of no one knowing who I am. I take a minute to just be like, no one's even seeing me. Like, this is a little piece of paradise.
you stretch your arms out and
Yeah.
sort of spin in a slow circle.
Yeah, okay, and then I go inside.
Okay. You walk in, and give me another perception check, please.
Oh, that was a 5.
5. Okay. So you walk in, and you see something like a hall, like an antechamber. It's very nice. It's very cozy, but it's also very large.
Mm-hmm.
And it is. It's sort of like the greeting hall to a nice manor. It almost reminds you of yours. It's a little smaller than
like
yours.
a foyer.
That's a foyer. It's a little
Okay.
smaller than yours. It's really finely decorated though. There's a couple of weird spheres that you don't know what they're for. There's also you kind of come out not in the dead center of it. You kind of come out a little bit to one side of it, and you walk in, and
Is anyone there?
and nobody's there, and you there's a bit of a pause, and Gareth goes, "Well, just wait here," and then he starts walking off.
Wait, I just wait here?
Yeah, just wait here. I'll see if he's home.
Only one person lives here?
Well, I mean, you know them. Kind of.
Okay, where does he go?
He walks through a door.
Is there any
little
other
door.
doors? Are there any other doors?
There's a staircase, and there's the main set of doors
That he walked through.
that he walked through.
And is there any other doors around me?
No, that's
Just
it.
a staircase and that?
Yeah.
Okay, I want to go up the staircase.
You start walking up the staircase.
Slowly.
Slowly.
I want to kind of sneak up the
You
staircase.
give me a stealth check.
Oh, critical miss.
So you're making a bunch of noise going up the staircase.
Yeah, I just kind of walk up.
And you're thumping on purpose. And you...
I'm bad at sneaking. I don't make more noise than a walking person.
Yeah, at this point, so you walk up the stairs, and it's a bit of a spirally curving staircase. And
Yeah.
There's a bit of a landing up top.
Can I see the shape of the tower in the room? Is the foyer round like the tower is?
So this is what you failed your perception check on earlier. You now notice that the inside of the tower doesn't correspond to the outside of the tower, and is not circular.
Right.
This is a little bit of a like Weasley's tent sort of situation from Harry Potter, where it's it doesn't really, the insides aren't confined.
It's not
by
so
the
much
spaces
bigger,
of the
but
outside.
it's just a different.
Oh, it definitely
and they
is bigger.
And they go up straight and curve up like that, like.
They kind of curve around these stairs. They're a little bit curvy.
It's just like a okay.
Yeah.
So if
not
I go
completely-
halfway
it
up
spins.
and look
It's not a
this
spiral
way,
staircase.
I can see the balcony of the next floor. Like, is it open above my head?
Yeah, it's just it's tall ceiling. So you're kind of going onto the landing above, but it's all still within the same sort of room.
Right. Okay. So I want to walk up the stairs, and as I'm walking up, look behind me to see the I guess walkway above.
Yeah. It's not really there's not really a walkway. It opens onto a landing.
And that's it.
And then,
With the door up there?
when you go up and when you walk up, you notice that there's actually an archway that sort of continues the same way that Gareth walked.
Okay, nothing else up here.
Yeah, I mean, you have to go through the archway, or else you can stand on the landing looking out at the foyer.
Looking down into the foyer,
Yeah.
where there's really nothing that I can see.
Yeah, I mean, there's like...
Okay, I want to peer my head through the archway and kind of look both ways. Scope it out before
You're
I walk
in... It leads to what looks a bit like a small and not... kind of a humble, but still grand ballroom.
Okay, with a walkway all the way around?
It's got a completely... Yeah, it's completely circled by a walkway on the second floor. There's a couple of staircases that lead down into the ballroom from here.
What can I see? What is on the balcony?
On the balcony, there's a couple of like tables. There's some chairs along the sort of walls. There's a few doors, and at this point, you actually see Gareth walking through, like down through the ballroom.
Okay, I want to crouch so if he looks up, he couldn't see me.
Yeah. Okay.
And then I want to move forward enough that I can just see him. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, you want to make
angles.
sure that you can see him without him seeing more than like your eyes.
Does he walk through the ballroom, or?
Yeah, he walks to a side room.
Okay, I want to go right and follow, like crouching along the wall, walking toward the wall. And is there a door that I can see on kind of my side? Going this way. Did I enter on like the middle of this wall or in the corner? Or?
You entered in the like straight middle.
Straight in the middle, yeah. I assume so. So yeah, I'm gonna go down this way and.
Okay. So you're kind of the way it works is it's not quite square. It's a little bit rectangular.
Actually, I can stop change my mind. I just kind of want to walk and wander. Like if I got caught, I want to just be like I was looking around. I don't want to look like I'm sneaking around.
So you start walking around, and this place is quiet.
Yeah.
Very quiet.
Okay.
Do you start opening doors, or do you just...
I just, like, for now, I'm just going to walk. If I walk to the corner, what do I pass? Just from here to the corner.
You pass one door.
One door?
And there's a little, half circular
table.
Yeah, half moon table.
All right, I just want to put my
There's my
ear against the door.
You can't hear anything.
No. Okay, I'm gonna walk. Okay, take me to the next corner then.
Yeah, you.
And I'm just kind of looking around. Is it ornate?
It looks less impressive. It doesn't look very modern. Yeah. It's not very like look at all my wealth displaying sort of. But it does look older.
Right.
And it looks tasteful, but it doesn't look like whoever lives here particularly has spent a lot of attention and detail on making sure that this place looks nice.
Okay. What do I pass in the next corner?
You pass a couple more doors.
And
they're pretty far between.
Any stairways to get down?
In one stairway on your left. Yeah.
Okay, I want to
The stairway actually has a tiny landing and then goes both directions down. So you can kind of walk down on your left or right. Exact same across the hall. It's fairly symmetrical.
Right. Exact same across this way and exact same across this way for doors and staircases.
No, the number of doors are different.
Okay. I'm gonna knock on. So far I've passed 3 doors going this way and then this way.
You've gone all the way down. Yeah.
I want to knock on the 3rd door.
Okay.
Just a gentle.
And then you wait.
Yeah.
How long do you wait?
10 seconds.
Nothing happens.
I'm gonna try opening it then.
You try opening it, and it opens, and you are greeted by a small and musty library. Small as in maybe 30 feet by 40 feet.
Okay.
Big for anyone, but small for a
right.
room dedicated to being a library.
I leave the door open and I load. What are the books? What type of books are they?
There's a bunch of scrolls. There's also a few sort of leather-bound books. There's some parchment.
anything that I can read, like spines?
Yeah, it all seems to be like old tomes. There's a bunch of like, you seem to be currently in a genealogy section.
Right. Okay.
Do you keep reading?
Yeah, I'll pick up a random scroll. And read it.
Yeah,
from the middle shelf.
Yeah, you unfurl it, and it
very carefully. Like I realize they're pretty delicate.
Yeah, and it is pretty delicate, and this scroll happens to be like a small treatise on a particular type of plant you've never heard of called hyperviscus.
Hyperviscus.
Yeah, and it's just a little. It's talking about how this plant has all these properties, and it does these sorts of things. It's got various drawings of them as they're found. And
okay, I roll back up, and I go out and I shut the door.
Okay.
And I will go back to the second door I passed on the way here.
Okay.
And I'll give it a little.
Yeah. Nothing. And at this point, before 10 seconds are up,
yeah,
you see standing in the archway from which you came, and sort of waiting for you, just Gareth is standing there, and beside him is a little halfling.
And I see them? Like I turn around and see them?
And they see you. They're just standing there looking at you.
I go, oh, hello. Sorry.
Gareth, I told you to just stay there.
Look, you brought me into the biggest mystery in the city. I'm sorry, I needed to see what was inside.
The halfling goes, oh, it's not a problem. This kind of thing happens. I guess you're just curious. Well, you probably want to know who I am. And he starts walking towards you.
Yeah. I'm sure you know who I am as I extend my hand to shake his hand.
Oh, yes. Gareth has told me about you. I'm Ander Goodbarrel.
Ander, and you live here?
Indeed I do.
Alone?
Oh, well, it's not so bad. I've got my servants to keep me company.
Don't see them much.
Oh, well, I mean, what's the point in having servants if they're seen all the time? Anyway, so, why don't we come into my study and have a chat?
Sure. What is all this?
This is my home.
But like these rooms. Up here.
The rooms of my home. That one's a library, as you noticed. That one leads to the balcony.
Oh, okay. I thought this was like a library. Never mind.
Oh, alright.
Cool. Let's go to the study.
Alright. So, he leads you downstairs.
Yeah.
And sort of across the hall to where you saw Gareth going.
Yeah.
And you walk into a room, and indeed this one, it's a bit of like a smoking parlor.
Okay.
There's some overstuffed chairs.
Right.
This one looks a little bit more homey, a little bit more lived in.
Yeah. And I go, like, how long have you lived here?
All my life.
And your father lived here?
Well, I mean, it kind of gets passed. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Wow.
Yeah.
And how is it some kind of enchantment that you keep it a secret from everybody?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's all very hush-hush.
Right. But this lets me in.
Yes, it does.
Right.
Now, Gareth was very smart to be bringing you here to me, and good. See, ever since I heard about what happened... By the way, my deepest condolences for your loss. Saddened to hear I was. Marivaldis are good folk. I always said, Marivaldis are good folk.
Thank you. I agree.
Right. Well, gosh. Now, it seems like you're in a position where I might be able to help you.
Well, unless you can change the opinion of over half the city, it sounds like I'm kind of in a rough spot.
What do you mean by the opinion of over half the city?
Well, I grant that most of the people at this point, because I wasn't there when they were killed, think I did it and ran away. And if I show up now to claim my dad's place, I'd probably be killed.
It seems to me like the best course of action would be to find who actually killed your family. And then you'd be for sure off the hook.
Yeah.
Plus you could smite those bastards, am I right?
Yeah. Sure. Do you know anything
Not as of yet, but I could figure some stuff out. Not for free, of course. Unfortunately, part of the code of being a wizard, an enchanter, if you will, it's part of, I would probably lose my license to practice wizardry.
You have a license for practice?
Well, they'd kick me out of the group, and I don't,
Right.
We all got to make sure, everyone gets something. You can't get something for nothing. That's the...
Well, I mean, once I'm instated, I have the wealth of the Marivaldi family to pay you with.
The thing about magic is you can't really put a gold value on it. I was thinking more of a favor.
Oh. Okay. What is it?
Well, now, why don't we talk about what we can do for you before we get to that?
Why don't we talk about the price of what it is to do for me first?
I see you're not a man to be trifled with. All right. So young and yet so wise. How old are you, by the way? Like 16 or 18 or something?
18, I think. Why would it be written down here? It's not. 18.
18?
Yeah.
Well, okay, so there's a little item that I need procurement. I need procuring.
Right.
He uses the right grammar, whatever that is. I need the procurement of a little item.
A little item, but large price.
It's not so much the value of the item as it is the difficulty with which it is obtained.
Right. What's the item?
I don't know if we're quite there yet. Suffice it to say, the item is found in the Elfwood, which I believe you to be familiar with.
Yes, I've been there more than once.
Well,
They
you'll
know
know for
me.
the average non-elf, it's quite tricky. You can't just
I'm
walk
quite liked
into the
by
Elfwood.
the Elfwood now, right?
You're liked because you're the son of the man, their sort of best human trading partner of all time.
And I think it was made clear in my last mission, because last mission was the first time I had gone without my father. Mm-hmm. I think it was made clear, it was not only was it teaching me, but it was also showing them that his attitude is my attitude when it comes to you guys.
Yeah, it was sort of passing down the elven traditions.
Yeah. So I think my point is if I went alone, they would know that it's not just my father who feels that way about them.
Yeah, that'd be a good assumption.
Yeah.
As far as you know.
Yeah. Anyway.
So all I need is for you to sort of procure this item. Shouldn't be too difficult. It's more sort of a walk in, take it, walk out sort of a thing. Mm-hmm. But in return, well, there's many things I can do for you.
Well,
what is it that you wish most of all, Mr. Marivaldi?
I don't think that's what I need to do. What I wish most of all and what I wish of you may be quite different. I need you to find out who killed my parents and my brother.
I understand.
And I need to take their place, as is my birthright and my responsibility and my duty. Those are the two last ones were the same thing.
My responsibility, my duty, my calling, my place.
All those things.
Well now, it seems like you can't take up your mantle until you've discovered who has killed your parents and taken steps to make sure that you're not at risk. Is that true?
That's true.
So it seems like our relationship might be more than just a one-off, one-time thing. I can find out who killed your parents and your brother. And in return, you will bring me back this item.
Mm-hmm.
But then it seems like perhaps I can do more for you, and perhaps you could do more for me.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I think what you'd like is more access to the Elfwood than you currently have.
Let me stop you there and correct you.
Okay.
No. There's only one thing I desire in the Elfwood, my boy.
Okay.
And I just want that.
What is it?
It is a little magic stone.
Do I know what he's talking about? Like, do I know that they have some... Is there some stone they worship or whatever?
Not that you know of.
Not that I know of. Okay.
Yeah. It is an old halfling heirloom that the elves have repurposed and called their own and decided that they get it, but they haven't even put it to use. They just keep it, they hoard it, and they have protected it, but in ways that I think you will find very easy to get around, in ways that I would find most difficult.
Okay. I will get you this stone in return for finding out who killed my parents, or who killed my family, and I will only receive this stone once I've taken my place.
What do you mean by taking your place?
Like my rightful place.
I think if you were to fetch me the stone, I would then trade it for the exact names and reasons for killing your family. I think that's what I wish.
Alright. Get me out of town. Get me north of town.
Can do. Now let me talk about your procurement of this stone.
Okay.
It is in the main town of the Elfwood. The center of the Elfwood.
I know it well.
Now, do you know, in the square, there is a statue, and of course you know this,
Yeah.
Dedicated to a great elven hero. Now, it turns out that in the base of this statue is a small door, and the door is accessed by pushing a hidden latch on the base of it on the side. It's underneath and he explains a bit about the latch.
Mm-hmm.
And then you go down into this area, and you should have no problem. There may be one or two guardians that are not non-living guardians. I'm not asking you to take a life, dear boy. Oh no, definitely
you
not.
To fight the undead.
The elves don't strike me as a sort who would guard their heirlooms with the undead. Probably nothing nearly that dramatic. And just make sure you bring a sword, and take care. Actually, that sword you have right there would probably work very well.
Yeah. I don't have the magic sword. I think Gareth does.
Oh, Gareth has it?
I think so. I doubt he gave it to me.
Oh, no, he gave it to you. It was your
Okay.
sword. It was the agreement. You got no loot. He got all the loot.
Oh, right,
You got
right,
the
right.
magic sword.
Right, okay. And what
And,
was it again? Do I know?
You were told it was a magic sword. You look at it and it looks quite fine.
Right.
Yeah. So he says, yeah, so that sword would actually work quite well, the one that you and Gareth procured earlier this morning. And just make sure that you're on your guard, and it should be sitting in a small cradle, and all I need you to do, it may or may not be glowing.
Sounds like you're asking me to end centuries of relationship between the Marivaldi family and the Elfwood.
Only if you're caught, my boy.
Smart men like you should realize that once I leave and they realize the stone's gone, they're gonna know I took it.
I'm counting on them not realizing the stone's gone. I have a different stone that looks quite remarkably similar to that stone that I can give you to replace it with, and what's more, you have a good reason for going into the Elfwood. Because you, my friend, need sanctuary. What better reason than to go in the Elfwood to flee from your supposed killers? All you have to do is walk in, you say, I need help, someone's after me, they've killed my family, you stay in town for a bit, some night when no one's looking, you take the stone, and then you go, okay, now I gotta go get justice, and you leave.
What's disconcerting is that was my exact plan.
Well, there you have it.
That's disconcerting as a player.
You're like actually disconcerted.
I'm like, well, now I don't want to do that plan.
Well, it just sounds like the most viable plan.
Yeah.
It's the DM. I'm not giving you like what you have to do. I'm just saying what. Look, Anders. Not Ander. You're Ander. No, it is Ander. Anders' like goal here. Like he has a vested interest in helping you as much as possible obtain this stone.
Yeah.
So he says, furthermore, to get you out of here, I can actually disguise you and change your appearance. Now, it won't last forever. I mean, it could last forever, but that's considerably higher magic, and, well, we're not paying for that.
Could you give me 2?
2 what?
Disguise.
Yes, I was actually thinking I could disguise you once and hand you a scroll that would let you disguise yourself at some other time to come back.
That would be great.
Of course, you've got your medallion. We'll get you back in here.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I gotta write that down.
Yeah, put that on your character sheet. What's the, It's gotta be a spell for this, right? Disguise person.
Disguise self.
Disguise self. Well, it's not self.
Change.
It might just, it might be disguise self.
He might be able. You can just mix up the.
Yeah, I can.
Spell.
I'm the DM.
Yeah, do
I can make anything happen.
Disguise.
So he gives you a disguise self scroll.
There's a disguise self. I think there's a change appearance or something.
Could be. It only lasts for an hour. He warns you.
1 hour, you say?
Mm-hmm. So you have to be. I mean, an hour is more than enough to get you out of the city, but it's not really going to last forever. Now, if you did want it to last forever, well, my boy, I could make you look glamorous, glorious. I could make you the best-looking knight in the land.
I've accepted the way I look. And I'm really upset about the idea that I need to be changed.
All right.
I don't say that.
Yeah. I'm upset about this.
I just go, that won't be necessary.
Oh, sorry. No offense meant. No offense meant. Sometimes we halflings have a tendency to tell it like it is.
How is it?
Just fine, apparently. Just fine. Right.
Well,
oh gosh.
I guess I'll be on my way.
Yeah. Yes, I suppose you will be.
And I have 1 disguise self.
You have a scroll of disguise self.
That I can read?
Yeah, the way scrolls work is anyone who can read any language can read them.
Right.
I'm pretty sure it's a first level illusion, so you should have no trouble casting
There's the rub.
Page 233. Yeah, it's disguise self, but that's fine. Yeah, you should have no problem reading these. Scrolls are pretty...
Alright, I say, well, let's go. Is there anything else you can give us that can help us on our way? Oh, that stone. I need that fake stone.
Yes, of course. I shall fetch it at once. Oh, he's in his study. Here! And he walks over to the desk and pulls open a little drawer. He pulls out a little velvet pouch and looks in it and goes, yep, and hands it over to you. And he gives you this stone. And the stone is not like perfectly round or anything. It's kind of just, it's a bit like morphed and shaped. It just looks like a stone, but it also is like faintly glowing.
Right.
And it just looks sort of like a small glowing rock.
I put it in my belt pocket.
Add that to your character sheet.
I'm going to put fake stone so I know it's not the real stone.
I see good things in our future, my boy. You know, I'm not really the adventuresome type. It's nice to have people to sort of scurry off and do things for me. I've got Gareth, of course. Gareth has already done one job for me, haven't you, Gareth? Gareth goes, yeah, it worked out good.
I go, okay. Well, Gareth, if you'll see me out of town, that'd be helpful.
Yeah, I'll walk with you. And
mostly just help me get through as fast as I can.
Yeah, okay. So, before you go, the Andrew says, what do you want to look like on your way out of town? Got anything in mind?
Invisible? Average?
Could make you invisible, but then if you bump into someone, then they
not
yell.
Like invisible, really invisible.
I gotcha.
Unnoticeable.
That's also possible. I can do many things, you know. Unnoticeable.
I'm sure you can.
You're looking just for average Joe.
Yeah.
Average Joe commoner.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. And he puts his hand on you and mutters some words you don't understand in sort of an oddly like deeper voice.
Yeah.
And then you turn into you have aged a little bit. You there's a bit of a he says here and he shows you a little like a looking glass that he's got.
Oh no! I grabbed that from him and I'm just like
yeah. And
oh
you look,
my.
it's so weird because you're not yourself. You look like you're seeing somebody else. It's a huge out-of-body experience.
I just start weeping, like, that I look this different.
Yeah, it's just a regular old dude. You've got, like, some scruff on your face. You've got brown hair. You've got a slightly crooked nose and
just super
brown
normal
eyes. You look, you're, like, not super comely, but you're fine.
Yeah.
Like, you're just a dude. You look kind of tired.
Yeah. That's exactly how I always wanted to look.
Andrew kind of gives you a bit of a knowing look. Like he can peer into your soul and see what's there.
Yeah. And I go, well, I guess I should go. Let's go.
And out you go. You leave with Gareth. You've still got your medallion on.
Yeah.
And you've got your backpack. You don't have a horse.
And a shield. I forgot I had a shield.
That's with your chainmail.
Right, so he's got that.
Yeah, so Gareth says, okay, we're gonna go get your horse now that you look okay.
Yeah.
Actually, shoot, we're not gonna get your horse. We're gonna trade it in for a different horse. Your horse is...
What's AC?
Armor class?
Yeah, it's con plus proficiency, right?
It depends on what character you are. AC is 10 plus... Well, your armor gives you a different AC, but it's kind of 10 plus your armor mod plus your dex.
Right. Oh, okay. Right. So I have better AC. I was like wondering why I have 18, but it's because I had the chainmail.
You had chainmail,
and then it's plus 2 with the shield, but
right. It's chainmail is 16 plus 2 with the shield.
Right.
So you, your shield and your chainmail is with your horse, and Garrett says, "We gotta go get your stuff."
Yeah. Oh no, armor. Yeah, that's right. There we go. Anyway.
We kind of breezed past what you looked like. Your sword and stuff is probably with...
Well, not my sword, because he mentioned it, but...
Yeah.
Anyway,
we doesn't matter.
We go get my stuff.
Yeah, so you go... He takes you to the seedy part of town. This is like the southern part of town, where the river runs north to south.
Yeah.
And what happens is in the southern part of town, there's a bunch of steel mining facilities that sort of use and pollute the river to some extent, and so the drinking water becomes worse as you go further south.
Right.
So up in the north where you guys are, it's pristine and beautiful, and you like swim in the lake and everything's lovely, and then down here it's really gross and people try not to fall into the water because it's disgusting.
Yeah, it's like the Hudson River or something.
So he takes you down, And
I'm walking, and I'm just so loving how easy it is to walk.
Yeah, people like bump into you and say like, "Watch it," and you're like,
it's like, oh my goodness, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Like no one looks at me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everything's you're very like invisible.
Mm-hmm.
It's what you've always wanted. How is this affecting your character's like goals and dreams and?
I don't know. I don't know yet. We'll see.
But it's changing something inside of you.
Yeah, something's different. Something's changing.
Yeah. So he takes you to a bit of a hovel, and there's a couple of horses tied up. Your horse isn't there, but you recognize Gareth's horse.
Right.
Is. And Gareth just walks in and he goes, Roxley? That was his name?
Yeah.
I need to write this down. And he goes, Roxley! Roxley! And Roxley goes, hey, I'm around here! And he goes around back, and then Roxley's here. He says,
I follow.
He says, I had to hide Marivaldi's horse here. This thing stuck out like a sore thumb. It was getting all these strange looks.
Yeah.
So it's in like a covered stable, couple places over. I got it hidden for now, but it's not going to be easy to hide forever.
I say, I go, Roxley doesn't recognize me, right?
Mm-hmm. No.
So I just say to Gareth, I whisper to Gareth's ear, I just go, tell him he can keep the horse. Give me his and we'll go.
Yeah, Gareth says, okay, well you want that horse? Is it worth it with the trouble? And Roxy says, hell no, I don't want anything to do with that horse. You tell Anton that he's got to deal with it. He's got to pick it up himself or some shit. I can't touch that. The horse is too hot.
I just hit Gareth. I'm like, let's go.
And Gareth says, okay, I'm gonna need my horse. I'm gonna need another horse too. And Roxy's like, yeah, you've more than paid for a horse with what you tossed me. And he goes, okay, I'm gonna take your horse. We're gonna call it even, and
okay.
And we're gonna take off. And Roxy goes, yeah, that's cool. And so you grab your
we
horse.
have to go to my horse to get my stuff, though.
Your stuff is already in his house. You grab your stuff. You basically you gear up. You grab your horse and you take off.
Cool. We ride through town as fast as we can to get to the north of it. How long a day's ride is it from the edge to the north gate to
the Elfwood?
To the Elfwood. To the edge of the Elfwood.
It's like a day.
It's like a day from one to the other.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I want to just ride straight through it.
Yeah, on horseback, if you're trying to push it, it's less.
I do want to push it.
Okay, you can actually get there because it's like sort of mid morning, but you can actually get there by around early evening.
Okay, I want to go off trail and camp for the night. Camp out
just before the Elfwood.
Yeah, at the edge of the Elfwood.
Okay, there are okay.
And about obviously an hour into my trip, my disguised self wore off.
Yeah. And so what happens when your disguised self wears off? So you start looking like yourself again. There are people on the road.
There are people on the road?
Yeah, unless you went backcountry. There will be people on the road. It's like a regular day.
Yeah, I'll just wrap my face like I did before.
Okay. You wrap your face.
Yeah.
Looking like one of the people from the Ariasa kingdom, who frequently wraps their face to avoid sort of windstorms or whatnot, sandstorms.
Sure. I knew that.
It's the Arabian kingdom.
Yeah, I knew that.
But you don't look nearly as suave because you're just using some dirty old cloth.
Sounds like a kid playing Ariasa.
Yeah.
Alright, so I ride out.
Yeah.
And yeah, at the edge of the Elfwood, and there's probably not a lot more people on the road. Does the road go right to the Elfwood?
No. You have to. There's a trail. It's not really a road.
It's a trail taken by me and my father before.
Yeah, and the elves walk through it as well. But it's mostly there's some farms that aren't that far away. Some of the more stout, farmers, some of the hardier farmers that don't mind,
Right.
the less racist farmers, or the farmers that are willing to like cultivate this good ground and are willing to stand up.
Yeah.
There's really no problems come from the Elfwood, but it's just said that like you shouldn't ever go in the Elfwood.
Right.
The fact that you have makes you like a very special human or non-elf. Very few
and Gareth
humans.
has joined me this whole time?
No, Gareth saw you out and went,
And that was it, right.
See ya.
Okay.
Unless
Yeah.
you wanted him to stay. Did you say anything about that?
No, I say thank you for all your help. Stay safe. Do anything that Ander needs to help to find out what happened, and you'll be paid handsome.
Yeah, we'll do. I'm expecting that that's going to be part of
There'll be a place for you in the new regime.
in the new world order.
Yeah, in the new order of Marivaldi or whatever. However I say that without sounding evil.
We've come a long way since this morning when you tried to kill me.
I think so. Sorry about that trouble.
He goes, yeah, we're gonna talk about that later. We're gonna have a good chat about that.
Okay, cool! And I'm already ready away as he said we're gonna. Right on! Totally! Heard that. And then right off. Yeah, I want to, I have a short bow. No, I have a crossbow.
Yeah, you're starting to get a little bit hungry.
Yeah,
at
I
this
just
point.
want to hunt some like small game. Like
Do you have any rations on you?
Nope.
All right, give me a survival check.
16.
That does it. You find yourself enough food. I think enough food for like 3 to 5 people. You must like shoot a sizable animal.
Like a badger or something. Like a good
Badger.
like a good size something.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to
Wild turkey.
yeah, shoot a wild turkey. So I want to like cook some of it, and then I want to string up some of it quite.
Do you have anything to make a fire with?
Nope. I don't. I certainly don't have it written down. Well, I have.
Flint and tinder?
No. Do I have to make another survival check? I have a Dungeoneer's pack, but I don't actually think I have a Dungeoneer's pack. I think I just like had that because of my background, but I shouldn't have that as a character.
Oh. I mean, it's fine if you start off with... They do have a tinder box in the Dungeoneer's pack.
Okay, then fine. I'll have a tinderbox.
Okay, you have a tinder box. So you get a good fire going. It takes you like a couple hours to get this thing.
To get all this stuff.
You're pretty hungry. You don't normally go hungry, so it's quite uncomfortable, I think.
Yeah, so I cook up a good amount of it, like a breast of it, and the rest I want to string up quite a bit higher so it smokes over the night, so I can preserve it for the rest of the couple days.
Okay. I think you can figure that out.
I can figure that out? Cool. And I just mow down that turkey.
Yeah.
Drying out the rest, and I feed the fire enough to last me a night's sleep.
I don't think you can feed the fire enough to last your night's sleep. That's a considerable... No fire is going to last that long unless you hook up one of those cool, like, log on a ramp things that the logs keep falling into the... Have you ever seen those?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah. But, I mean, you're going to have to... You'll just wake up a few times in the night. You
Yeah,
keep a bunch
and
of wood beside the fire.
Sure, I do that. And like sleep. Do I make it through the night fine, or?
So, you start...
No.
You fall asleep.
Okay, I fall asleep.
And,
I'm trying to play him pretty stupid.
yeah. You don't have... I mean, because his intelligence is 8 or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean... So, well, you can play this however you want, really. But you wake up in the middle of the night. The fire's still burning.
Yeah.
You haven't switched it even once.
Okay.
So it seems like it's got to be early still.
This guy only slept for like 2 or 3
But
hours.
you are immediately aware of the fact that something's wrong. It's just like this sense you have of, oh shit, someone's here, or like something's happening.
All right, I grab my sword and I hop up facing the woods.
And
Wait, I already did that.
it takes you a second, and then you see 2 indistinct shapes that almost seem to blend into the background.
I drop my sword and I take my signet ring out, I put it on my finger, and I kneel to the ground, and I kind of whisper yell, I guess. There's no one around, right? Like, there was no one around when I went to sleep.
Yeah.
Right? So I could be like, in Elvish.
You speak Elvish, that's right.
I do speak Elvish. In Elvish, I'd like to say, I just want to say Marivaldi, first of all. I just want to see what that does. Or no, I want to say friend. Like, I come in, I'm a friend. I just be like...
What do you say?
Yeah,
Tell me what to say.
yeah, okay, I want to say, I mean no harm. I mean no harm.
The woods are not safe for the likes of you, Anton Marivaldi. Or the countryside is not safe, he says, retconning that. The woods, you should come with us.
Do I recognize the voice?
All the elves look alike. Frickin' elves. Like, you're not racist, but you're kind of racist. Yeah. You're racist in the same way, like, we personally are racist, you and I. It's like, we definitely are trying not to be racist, but there are just things we can't deal with. Mm-hmm. Like, there's just times when you just go, shoot, I actually don't know if you're a different person.
And I go, okay. And I draw my sword and I grab my stuff and I go with them.
Okay, one of the elves goes over and bends down towards your fire, and you don't see what he does, but the fire is put out.
Okay. I just follow him.
Yeah, you don't have any smoked turkey, by the way.
It's fair.
Okay.
Would have been delicious, but...
It would have been amazing. So you... Yeah.
It's a good idea.
So you walk into the forest.
Yeah, following... I go, sorry, it's dark. Who is this?
The DM's favorite part.
I'm going to ask everyone's name.
Yeah. I am Uranus.
Have I heard that before?
Give me an intelligence check. Actually, I'm going to roll an intelligence check. No, you can roll the intelligence. I don't care if you know.
Oh, my history is +1. And that is a 19.
A 19. You haven't heard of Uranus. Or at least you don't remember hearing of Uranus.
Okay. I go...
He's not like a specifically important... There's a lot of elves.
We haven't had the pleasure of meeting.
No, we have not.
I'm Anton. And do they have a greeting that I know about that's other than a handshake?
No.
Then
They as far as you know, they shake hands.
Just shake hands. I just go to shake his hand.
Yeah, he shakes your hand and he says, it is a pleasure to meet you, but under such sad times, we have heard the news.
Thank you. And I go to shake the other one's hand, whoever he or she is.
Yes, that is, she shakes your hand. And she says, I am Ethelkir.
Uranus and Ethelkir?
Yes.
How'd you guys know I was here? As we're walking, I'm talking.
The borders of the woods are patrolled. We saw your fire.
Yeah, that makes sense. I was kind of hoping you guys would show me, like, find me here. And who's the king guy? The head elf? Or the guy I talked to? I talked to the head elf.
The head elf is named Peleus.
Peleus.
And there's no title. These elves seem to be very, like unhierarchical.
Right, but he seems to be the one I deal with.
Yeah, he's sort of like he's got the like task of leading.
Right.
But it's like he's not more valuable. No, whereas like, your system is very much like caste based. Like your worth is judged by your ranking.
But he was given a task based on his skill set of like.
He's a great leader.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I go. I mean,
and he doesn't even really lead. Like they don't. They're very very
He's just got good judgment.
Yeah, but they're not like beholden. Like he doesn't have the ability to make them do anything. It's all just like he deals with you guys, for example.
Yeah.
But like, yeah,
I understand. So I say like, I mean, as you can imagine, there's a lot I need to talk to Peleus about.